everyone stop sharing cigarettes? Like, motto's a real thing. Hey guys, it's your girl Alicia, aka GeekXX Chic, and we are here with another reaction to Spider-Noir. We're on season 1, episode 2, which is called Tread Lightly. That's actually funny considering we're dealing with a spider. But yes, last episode, we just kind of got an introduction to this world that we're dealing with. We met Ben, who is our resident spider person, but he's retired at the moment. He fell in love, lost his first love, maybe first love, I don't know. Lost his love either way. And as such, he's decided to hang up the suit since, but in the last episode, we see he's kind of getting pulled into some interesting things because he met a person who could self-immolate, and he's also met a man who looks like he can turn into sand or cement. So point is, we as Marvel fans know that these are mutants, but it seems like this is not something that happens a lot. And so Spider's kind of curious as to why this is happening. And we were introduced as well to who I think is the female lead of our show, which is Kat. She's a singer, but there seems to be more that meets the eye where she's concerned. And now she's just recently hired Ben to help her find the Sandman, basically her bodyguard who's gone missing. So ready to jump into this episode. Before I do, just a reminder to please hit that subscribe button as well as the notification bell. And also, if you'd like to catch an uncut version of this reaction, you can do so on my Patreon. All right, out of the way, let's get into the episode right now.
Hard to find these days.
No kidding. I didn't marry my husband for his looks.
What else can you tell us?
Wow,
I know his address.
that's a good
Are
start.
we gonna talk about the fact that he turned into some kind of sand monster?
Yeah, do we want to talk about that?
And he never remembers when it happens?
Oh, he always remembers. Unless he gets clubbed in the head with an iron girder.
Oh, that's why I didn't remember.
That's it?
I mean, he attacked me first.
Clues as to what's causing this to happen. You haven't given us much to go on.
Isn't that what the money's for?
That
You're
part.
an investigator. Investigate.
She's like, I'm just the pretty face and the talent.
Paint.
Do you think I'm withholding from you, Mr. Riley?
Yes.
Why you thought that?
I'd say a lifetime of experience
With clients.
with women.
Oh, he ain't wrong about that though. The strut. Keep your eyes on the prize,
I
sir.
think you might need a cold shower.
Right?
I think I might need one.
Ha! She's like, that girl is actually very pretty. This is a full a la carte breakfast.
I want to meet a new supplier.
I respect it.
Canadian.
Ooh.
You pay me to keep you alive, and I'm telling you it's a bad idea. If you dying benefited me, I would have done it myself 10 years ago. Let me go down to the docks ahead of you, and once I make sure everything's kosher, you can waltz on in and show everyone the brightness of your feathers.
You finished?
Right, that was quite the speech, sir. Did you practice?
Ever since the spider disappeared, things have been comfortable.
And that's your problem.
Now Flint goes missing. Right after.
How did you know about Flint?
Go look for Flint.
Gonna bump into the spider again.
When the boys find our PI, Riley, bring him straight to me.
Okay. Yeah, a little terrifying. It looks like Silvermane is possibly on the hunt for powers. I kind of miss, like, I know that it's kind of nice to not have to dress up anymore, but I remember my dad used to have to put on all of this to go to work. Like, oh, wow. Things are pretty dire in that fridge, sir. You can't even make a struggle sandwich out of that. Oh, I lied. You can. That's so much ketchup. You're going to get heartburn.
I'm on to something truly sensational. It's the biggest story in years. There hasn't been anything this big since the spider.
They hung up already. Hung up?
I'll see what I can do.
Ooh. As they say, you got to be the squeaky wheel. Keep knocking. Oh, look at the big brother in the front. So this would have been World War I? Mutant! 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 So, all part of the same military. So they were tested on, you want to bet? Is the closet going to work? We'll find out. Yeah, I'm still trying to figure out how his spider sense works. It seems very different. You left your hat, bro? Amateur move. I guess he could technically snatch it with the web, but that might make more of a... That might make more no... Oh my gosh. Yeah, you probably should have just left it, because now he's going to be like, wasn't there a hat just here? Yeah, I'm like, he webbed it shut. I love the noir eyes. What is she carrying? It either smells good or smells horrible.
I was sitting outside. I didn't know if it belonged to anyone.
Uh-huh.
No, my wife made me quit eating these.
Probably
Well,
for
in
good
that
reason.
case-
Hey, last I checked, you ain't my wife.
She said, I'm a cheat.
It ain't a bribe if I don't get to eat it.
She's like, joke's on you, I licked it already.
Now, an enforcer for
Silverman. That Winston guy showed up while I was at Flint's.
you hid in the
I
closet.
hid in the closet.
How did she know immediately? He hid in the closet.
Didn't you fight there too?
Yeah, it was one of the biggest battles of the war. There were a
Spider
million-
being in the war, very interesting.
I bet she knew that Flint had a friend with superpowers.
Oh, I know. What I don't know is why she didn't tell me.
Probably thought you wouldn't have taken the case.
She would have been right.
Maybe, or maybe she's just not sure she can trust you yet. That's not the kind of information most people keep to themselves. And she's trying to protect Flint.
You see him? This little guy right over here? He ever come around the alcove, visit Marco?
Can't say I've ever seen him.
She says without looking in his eyes.
So's the PI that shot him.
What can I say? The world's a dangerous place.
Ooh. Not her adding her own soundtrack.
Why don't you tell me Flint worked for Silverman?
Would you have taken the case if I had?
I don't like surprises.
I'll remember that when your birthday rolls around.
You think you're gonna be around for my birthday? Oh, but that was smooth though. Look at him. It's been a while since you've been flirted with, huh?
You trying to get me, Mr. Riley?
Get you?
Understand me.
Define.
I think you're braver than you let on.
Oh, you're good. In an obvious sort of way.
Mm-hmm.
You see, I have business with Silvermane and I have business with you, Mr. Riley.
Hmm.
One has nothing to do with the other.
Singer's got to know all the numbers. Maybe a detective just got to know all the answers.
He's like, see, I've had these headaches that keep coming and I need to figure out what's going on with them because it's driving me crazy. Ah, he can't hide the shift anymore. That's what I thought. The mutation is getting to the point where he can't go back to normal, or it's hard for him to go back to normal. Oh, he's in love with you, girl. Uh-oh. Hope you're prepared for a stalker. More intense. Finally! Finally! Are you out of web? What's going on?
Tai Chi. Yeah, that's right. It's Tai Chi.
It's good for the back, yeah.
It's good for...
I don't have the slightest clue what you're talking about.
Well, you should culture yourself. Oh, yeah, those phones used to be heavy, yo. That would hurt for real. I gotta say, this is a Spidey. I don't think I've seen a Spidey get his butt whooped this badly for. Like, it's crazy. But what happened to the webs? That's what I want to know. Does he run out?
He said the boss just wants to talk.
And I've got no idea who hired Addison to burn down your boss's house.
He's like, I already know the dumb question he's about to ask.
Yeah, then you got nothing to worry about.
Just like Donegal, right? By the way, I am sorry about the nose.
Me? That was
This can be you now. It's like, you must be out of your mind if you think I'm just gonna stay in this car. Are you crazy? Really, bro? You have no brakes in the 20s? Did the webs finally kick back in?
The boss ain't gonna like this.
Yeah, the boss doesn't even like you. Woo! Thank God it worked.
We're gonna link arms and stand strong against the rising tide.
These people are not buying your... And prohibition. Y'all couldn't drink? No wonder y'all was so miserable.
Let's just say you should lay off the Addison reporting.
Silverman?
You think?
The face that looks like hamburger meat.
Not yet.
If I'm reelected, you can say goodbye to prohibition.
Man knows his audience.
Oh, you got the votes.
Oh, come on, Robbie. Enough of that.
You know what I'm doing after this?
What?
Sleeping.
Being beautiful. And working the Addison store.
He ain't giving up.
I've been thinking about the Canadians.
What do we do?
You gonna let me handle it?
Nah, I'll do it.
Neither of you needs to handle anything. We're fine.
Ah, well, I think it's stylish. What do you think, Winston?
I'm not one for fashion. But the whole
Winston
thing is,
doesn't like any of this.
Box it up. You like it too, right?
Sure.
Honestly, I think
Yeah,
it's...
it's perfect.
Yeah, he don't care. You know he don't care. And that's why Winston don't care either. It's an interesting place to just leave your shoes. But also, you realize even though this is not necessarily a traditional house, you just did trespass.
Who are you?
Hello, my brother? Was he in the picture?
Hey, brother.
Don't hey brother me.
Oh, you said we.
Asked you.
I am not your brother!
Working the story on James Addison's death. Wanted to talk to his widow.
He didn't know he was dead.
Jimmy's dead.
Remember, that's not public knowledge. He's not popular.
How did he die?
Shot.
There was an explosion.
Handprint.
Standard Oil Depot.
Oh, burned. It's probably burned if I could see it in color. Oh, he was losing control of them powers.
I think it's time for you to leave.
Wait. Addison didn't just take it upon himself to burn down the house of the most dangerous man in the city. Someone paid him to do it. I'm guessing he wasn't a bad guy.
That was smart.
Try the Jeffrey Hotel. She always went there when they came in some money. And when she came back, the money was gone.
She's a gambler.
I'll pay her a visit.
He's got good survival instincts. Probably better than Ben, honestly. Yeah, this is... Did you warn her that these guys were coming? I hope Ben warned her.
Did they hurt you?
No, not this time. But they said they'd be back.
Jenna might quit this time, and I have to be with her on this.
Ever since Ruby died, I've been waiting for you to get it back together. Back to the man I know is buried somewhere inside you. And this is how it ends.
Janet,
Yeah, no, this is valid.
get some rest.
And don't come back.
But I am not coming back.
Yeah, I don't blame her. This is not safe.
But not enough to die for you.
Period.
Janet.
This is not a Janet situation, sir. She doesn't have superpowers. I cannot believe you didn't warn her. That was so negligent. That's why I said he must be new to this, because you get roughed up by two of Silvermane's people. You think he's not going to come to your office next? But one could also use the metaphor that maybe he's been drowning this entire time, mentally, you know?
I'm sorry, have you been here before?
I am familiar with the unit, yes. Bathrooms that way.
Is that Ruby's old place? Oh, it's where he hid his suit. I didn't realize he didn't live there anymore. He gonna leave there with a hole in the wall? Yeah, she is. Little dusty.
What's happening in there?
They have an existential crisis in their minds.
Like, you couldn't have left them $5?
I don't think that guy was a plumber.
Might be onto something. She's divorcing you. White only. Yeah, you're not going in there. I'm surprised that they actually added this. Marvel usually stays away from this, so.
I didn't order anything.
Wow, she's fancy considering where they live.
You have 3 seconds to get out of here or I'm gonna scream. And I don't think you want a white woman screaming about a black man trying to force his way into her.
I'm glad they said it out loud.
What do you mean?
No tears? I just told you your husband
Clearly,
died.
she didn't love him.
When he didn't come home that night, I figured he was never coming home.
When did he start setting fires?
6 months ago, suddenly discovered he had an innate talent for it.
Same thing with the Sandman.
Just because I didn't scream doesn't mean I'm an open book. As far as I'm concerned, James dug his own grave and now he's lying in it.
Wow, James, you married her on purpose?
Jimmy Addison's dead.
You know, or didn't know. Okay.
You didn't know.
If I'd known, I would have stopped him.
Could you have? Could you have? Although sand does put out fires, but or turn into glass.
You don't look so good.
Yeah, your skin's looking a little dry.
Changed completely this time. Never change back. Yeah, not all the way.
Maybe you just need some Aveeno.
The clocks are ticking.
Hour. So what's yours?
Faster and faster now.
Does everyone stop sharing cigarettes? Like, motto's a real thing.
You have to check every crate? Is it because we're Canadians?
Yeah, it's because you're Canadian. No.
We're very honest, thank you.
Shipment's good, boss. Ready for you to come.
Right. I'm on my way.
Getting that Canadian liquor. Fun fact, we never had prohibition in Canada. Flirting? Exactly, stop it. Yeah, you're out of practice, bro. You didn't learn from the first guy?
Shoot him!
I think they were trying. Whew, thank God there wasn't a ton of automatic weapons at this point, huh? Not him riding this thing like a rodeo cowboy. Woo! See, back in the day, these were the cars to get into accidents with because they were made sturdy. Stop pulling the trigger, dumbass.
Thank you.
Thank you. Wait, you said that. Thank you. Out of practice. Or maybe not.
Well, what the hell are you waiting for?
Right? I pay you for a reason. Get out. Why is his spider sense going off? I'm confused now because he did actually use it in the house. Ooh. It's very Looney Tunes.
You've done well without me around, haven't you?
Right? I gave you a little
hit jobs now.
heads up.
I leave the gumshoe alone, and that's it. Because, you know, back in the day, you really couldn't leave me alone, could you?
I don't think you're listening to me.
Right? He's made it very clear.
If you mess with Riley or any of his people, I will kill you.
I feel like it's a very simple demand. But we already heard that Silvermane's got a little bit of an ego. He doesn't like being told what to do. Doesn't it feel good to be back in the suit? Might be a little tight. That's risky, bro. You should have maybe done that in a place where people wouldn't be able to associate you, but okay. That's God calling, telling you to save your liver.
This you? This you're doing?
What are you talking about?
Did I?
Cops were all set to catch the man himself in the act, but Silverman never showed.
Do they know why he didn't show?
No, don't worry. At least got word that someone stopped Silverman from coming.
Damn. If it makes you feel any better, Silverman, he wouldn't have stayed in jail. They wouldn't have been able to make the charges stick. Yeah, you're kind of out of the game here. And this is also the issue with being a vigilante. Oh, look at that. Your friend's back. Yes, the issue of being a vigilante. You know, you never know when you're kind of interfering with the law. He's like, hello, friend. About your brother who got killed earlier.
What the hell did I just do?
You tried to protect your secretary. That makes sense. You just protected your own, or you tried to. You just didn't think it through because that doesn't seem to be your strong suit. All right, guys. Well, that was episode 2. And yeah, like we're kind of continuing down this road of what's going on with these people, with these mutants, and, you know, kind of figuring out that there's a pattern to all that's going on here. So we see that we get some information, well, only a little information from Kat, basically saying that Flint is someone who normally always sticks around, comes back, but he disappeared. He just left. There's no answer from him. She's worried. And of course, I love that, you know, Janet's like, are we going to talk about the fact that he turns into sand? Or, and Kat just kind of is like, all I know is that it started 6 months ago. He doesn't talk much about it. I'm not in his business. But, you know, she's like, he's conscious when it happens. Because remember last episode, it seemed like he was blacking out when it happened. But it turns out it was because he was concussed. So, but anyways, I like that, you know, both Janet and Ben figure out that Kat is definitely holding back a lot of information. But as I said, I think that, well, even truthfully, even Ben understood. He's like, I kind of get why she would, to be honest, because would I have taken the case if I knew that Flint was a bodyguard for Silvermane? Probably not. I'm trying to stay out of the Silvermane business. But also, she doesn't know if she can trust them, right? Like, obviously, Ben knows that he's not a normal guy, so it's not a big deal for him. But the average person finding out that someone can turn into sand, it's gonna cause problems. They're probably gonna go straight to somebody about that, right? So Kat needs to kind of feel out Ben first, figure out how much she can trust him. The only reason she went to him in the first place is because he didn't kill he didn't kill Flint when he had the opportunity, and he gave her the negatives without any trouble. So she kind of figured out that he's got a heart, right? Even though he acts like he's, you know, devil may care, it's very clear that he has a conscience and he does like to help people. So she's picked up on that. And I really like that conversation that they had when Ben went to go see her at the club. Like, it's so interesting. I'm trying to figure out like the dynamic that's happening with Ben and Kat, because I don't think it's like a straight up Ben's into Kat situation. I think she's gorgeous. Like, he's a red-blooded man. Of course, he's gonna think she's beautiful, but it feels like he's still definitely grieving the death of Ruby, right? He's stuck at 5 years ago when she died, right? He's been emotionally and mentally stuck there. And I think that maybe Kat is the first time he, in those 5 years, has recognized that that part of him isn't dead, if that makes sense, right? A lot of people, when they lose someone that they really, really love unexpectedly, and if they are not able to move forward, it's kind of like the romantic part of them dies in a way, right? Like they have no interest in dating anyone. They have no interest of ever falling in love again because they're more fixated on the hurt. And that's kind of part of the grieving process for a lot of people. And that's why sometimes you see like widows or widowers and they just don't seem like they have any interest in love or anything of that like again for some time. But that part isn't dead, right? Like it definitely won't be as well if you're able to nurture that and to recognize that loving someone else doesn't mean that you didn't love the person who died, right? But anyway, all that to bring back to say that I don't think that Ben thought that part of him would ever wake up again. And I think Kat is reminding him that no, actually, you're still here and you still have a life to live and you did experience love and maybe you want to experience it again, right? You're attracted to me, like you're feeling these feelings again, right? So I think that's necessary for Ben to recognize that he's ready to kind of step out of the depression and out of the funk and out of the shadows and actually maybe go back into who he really is, because this isn't it, right? Day drinking, taking low-level jobs, letting crime happen when he could do something to stop it. All those things are not okay. And that kind of goes back to what Janet says later on after the ambush at the office. But yeah, like I think that that's kind of what's the dynamic with Kat is right now. And I think he's really liking as well that she's very smart and they got the witty banter, right? You know, Ben's pretty good at like figuring people out by spending time with them, but Kat's equally as good, right? She explains that, in my line of work, I too have learned how to read a few books. I know how to kind of, people kind of come in categories and I've realized how to do that. And that's what's helped me stay alive and do well, because we can talk about it since the show brought it up. An Asian woman during that time would sadly be looked at as more of an oddity, like 20s, 30s. There were not a lot of Asian people in America. The point is they were still very segregated from society at that point. And so for her to be in a position of relative privilege at that time means that our girl knew how to navigate. She figured out who she needed to talk to and who she needed to cozy up to, get herself to a place where she can wear nice clothes and get nice jewelry and drive in nice cars and basically be safe, right? So all that to say, she's good at reading people and she's also good at manipulating a room if necessary. And she's trying to kind of do the same with Ben, and it's working to an extent, but Ben's also seeing through her a bit more than she expected as well. So like I said, it's an interesting dynamic between the two of them. But as I said, I don't think it's really a romantic thing so much as it, like I said, it's just helping Ben recognize that maybe he's ready to step forward and, unpause his life from 5 years ago. And so anyways, after he goes and sees Kat and realizes he's got to continue with this case, because he goes to Flint's apartment and realizes that Flint and Addison were war buddies. Like they were in the same unit during World War I. It would have been World War I, yeah. And yeah, he's like, that's an interesting connection that they both knew each other and they both have powers. That can't be completely random. So we also find out as well that Ben was in the war too. I don't think we've ever had a Spider-Man that was in the war or any war efforts, but anyway. So because of this correlation, it's got Ben curious. He wants to know what's going on here, because how, like I said, with the Spidey senses, I'm still trying to figure out how they're doing it in this show, but it seems like every time he's around a mutant, they go off. Or even if he looks at the mutant, it's like it goes off, which is very different because usually the Spidey senses we've seen the person's in proximity, but I digress. We did see his Spidey sensors work this episode though. When he walked into his apartment, he sensed it right before he almost got punched, right? Like that's the Spidey sense I'm used to. But again, I am now starting to think that the Spidey senses were dulled because he was basically self-medicating, right? We see that he's been drinking all the time. So maybe now that he's determined to kind of put the suit back on and do what needs to be done, and he hopefully will curb the drinking, maybe we'll start to see the Spidey senses kick in a bit better, which again, maybe that's why the webs didn't work. So I was like, well, since when do his webs not work? Right? Especially since this version of Spider-Man, it seems like they're generated from his body. It's not like a cartridge. So I'm like, how do you run out, bro? How did that happen? But maybe it's because, like I said, maybe all of his powers are kind of out of whack because of the drinking. But coming back, Ben's in it now. He wants to investigate. He wants to learn more. He now knows that Silvermane's involved. And he's not so much wanting to, at this point, step back into it. He just kind of wants to figure out what's going on with the mutants, because I think he's trying to figure out, again, what his Spidey senses are trying to tell him. But in the midst of all of it, after he escapes the thugs, we see that, of course, they go back and they tell Janet, or they go back to his office and they confront Janet. And Janet gets a gun put in her face, and she knows that these people will kill her if they need to. And like I said in the episode, I'm a little frustrated because it's like, it just sometimes Ben, the way that he's been acting in the show, I'm like, is he really this oblivious? Is he really that out there? Like, I would expect this from a teenager, but from a man who would be at least in his 40s or early 50s at this point, who's been a PI for this long, like, you really didn't think that once they came to your apartment and they tried to grab you and that didn't work, you didn't think that they would head to your office next? That they wouldn't go for your people as a way to lure you out? Like, I don't know. It just felt like a very rookie mistake. But I do believe that the whole reason for that was he needed a motivator, right? Because he doesn't really have anybody else he's close to, right? Of course, there's the reporter, but the reporter and him are kind of more of a casual working relationship. But Janet's his person, right? Janet's the person who is there to help him pick up the pieces clearly after Ruby died. And we hear her say that, after this very obvious shakeup and trauma, she's like, I'm not coming back while you're still like this, right? She's like, I think she's like me, where she was like, bro, you should have known they were coming for me, and it was your responsibility to protect me, and you didn't do it. So while you're still in this limbo, this half foot in, half foot out stuff, I can't be here. And we see her say, I thought, after all this time, the person who used to care about things and be more passionate about it would come back out. But, now it's infecting my life. And I love that she said, I care a lot for you, bro, but not enough to die for you. Like, that's crazy, especially if I have a choice in the matter. So I'm glad that she kind of put her line in the sand. Like, the only way I can be here is if you're doing something, because she knows that him saying, well, I'll let you know when it's safe. How? The only way it's going to be safe is if you take out the problem, which is Silvermane. She knows that. All roads lead back to him. He needs to be taken out of his position and dealt with. Otherwise, they'll never really be safe. And he didn't really want to do it, right? You could see that when he was in the office negotiating with her, he was like, oh, I'm just gonna, I'll find a way to hide out or whatever till he gives up, like that's ever gonna happen. And again, he didn't even tell her. I didn't realize he didn't tell her that Donegal was dead. That should have been like the first thing he let her know, that, yeah, Donegal got killed for touching this case, giving her the opportunity to choose whether or not she wanted to stay in a situation like that, right? So anyway, but that was the nudge that was necessary, right? Even though it was kind of messy and, like I said, kind of a big slip for Ben, he needed that nudge. And I love that they showed the flashbacks of the day that Ruby died, because that really is his stuck point, right? That's the pivotal thing that's been holding him back all this time. So when he went back to his old apartment, which is crazy that he gave up the apartment that he buried the suit in, broke into the apartment effectively and mesh up their bathroom to go and grab his suit back. But he made the decision, right? At least halfway at this point. Getting the suit's a big step in the right direction. He's not 100% there yet, because we see that he stopped Silvermane's car, but only to just say to him, oh, can you not bother Janet or bother Riley and his people? I'll let you continue doing crime. Just leave us alone. What? Like, understandable. I know it was coming from a place of care for Janet, but Janet would not have been okay with him just saying, yeah, I just negotiated for us. Let the rest of the city burn. Like, no, you need to get in it, bro. You know what Silvermane is doing is wrong. And we also heard the reporter telling Ben the same thing early in the episode, saying that, like, I'm going to continue to report on Addison in this whole situation because one way or another, we got to get Silvermane out of here. And the only way that I can fight that I know of is I can write the truth and let the people know who they're dealing with, so that, Silvermane can take on one or two people. He can't take on the whole city, right? So it's kind of a whole episode of kind of a come to Jesus moment for Ben. And we see at the end of it that, he's got the suit on. He's clearly rusty. He's clearly not sure if he made the right decision. And then he finds out that when he stopped Silvermane from going to the docks, he actually stopped the police from being able to apprehend him because they figured out that he was in fact importing booze illegally, Silvermane was clearly making a lot of money off of doing that. And he got tipped off, likely by the Canadians, or maybe by his bodyguard, because that bodyguard guy was acting very weird this episode. The focus on him saying that he had to go to the docks first and, oh, trust me, I got to go first. You got to let me go and scope it out. And then I'm saying I could take you out if I needed to, if I was going to backstab you. Like, that felt like a very reckless thing to say to somebody who's paying you. So I feel like he's maybe working as an informant. Like, he's not who we think he is in the sense of, just being Silvermane's lapdog. But we'll have to see. Someone tipped them off, and the only people who would know about the shipment would have been that guy and maybe a handful of people that are like in his inner circle. So we'll have to see. But either way, poor Ben found out that while he was going there trying to threaten Silvermane into leaving him alone, he stopped him from potentially being at least, like I said, I don't think that Silvermane would have gone to jail, because someone with that much money and connections can most likely bribe his way out of a sentence. But even just having the expose of the liquor and all the things that he was doing and the illegal activity might have been enough to shake people's foundation in him. And so that's why we see at the end that Ben's like, oh crap, like maybe going after Silvermane for my own personal interest wasn't the smartest idea. Maybe if I'd thought it through, I would have made a better move and left him alone today, and then he would have ended up there and I could have moved from that point. You get what I'm saying? So all that to say is I think Ben now knows that he's got to, if he's going to put the suit on, he's got to go all the way. He can't just do it for like these little personal gain moments. He's got to do it for the real reason. Like the reporter said, like Janet was trying to say to him, you got to go back to who you are for real, which is a fighter for justice. And that means you're going to have to be a lot more strategic about this because we know you're capable of it. So yeah, another good episode. I did enjoy it. I'm very curious to find out what's going on with all this, the military unit and the powers, like were they tested on? Is that how we all became mutants? We saw the black guy there. He's got some kind of power. I'm really curious to see what his is. So yeah, I don't know if we're going to see more people, but I'm looking forward to seeing where this whole thread with the military unit ends up leading us. So yeah, enjoyed the episode a lot. I hope you guys enjoyed watching along with me. If you did, please show some love and I'll see you in the next one.